Now I am.
Okay. What we're going to do today is show you how to make your own fluorescent lighting fixtures. If you buy the problem with the lighting fixtures you buy is not only that they're too expensive, but if you're using them for grow lights, the tubes are not spaced properly. This is for a T-5 Florescent high output fixture, and this is your T5 bulb. These, to get an even light footprint, these need to be spaced 4 3/4 inches apart. But in most fixtures that you buy that are ready made, they're anywhere from 2 1/8 of an inch apart to 3 and maybe possibly 3 1/4 inches apart is about the farthest apart you can get them. Now, Gardner's Supply up in Maine does have a fixture where they are actually 4 3/4 apart, but that costs $154 for one 3-tube fixture. So what I'm going to do is show you how to make your own single tube fixtures for $13 a piece, and you can space those however you want. So what I do is I first buy my my ballasts and my sockets pre-wired. They come like this, pre-wired, and these sockets are the Leviton HT 130-2/250 sockets, and I'm just showing you that so you can easily make these, and the ballasts that I get are the Rapid Start electronic ballasts. You can buy them either 2-tube ballasts or 4-tube ballasts. I happen to use the 4-tube ballasts. This is $42 for the ballast and the sockets, and with this I can power 4 of these, or sometimes I buy the 2-tube ballasts which will power 2 of these, and they cost $23 a piece. So that's I get them from ProLighting.com, and they're made by TechBrite, and TechBrite actually makes those for me. Here's one right here, and what I'm going to do is show you how very easy it is. It takes me less than 5 minutes to make one of these. The main thing is these clips insert through these rectangles that I cut into the tops of these, and to do that you have to drill. See, each one of these is 45 1/2 inches from shoulder to shoulder. This is called the body of the tube. It's 45 1/2 inches, and you want your socket to start right there at just a hair over 45 1/2 inches. These tubes stick out another 3/8 of an inch. So you want your holes to be just where that body will be, right where the hole starts, right like that. That's how you want it to be. So there's a very easy way to do that, and that is to first make a template like this from this just happens to be a roofing membrane that I got from some scraps. It's a plastic, kind of flexible. It lays down flat. And what I did was I took this scratch-all. This is a Stanley Fat Max scratch-all, and I got it from Lowe's, and it was $7.84, and if you get a 10% discount it's cheaper, but this is a very precise, accurate tool. So what I did was I first, so I wouldn't have to keep on measuring for every single one of these, because I literally make hundreds of these things. And so what I did was I first laid this on here, and I figured, know, right where this hole, by the way, is exactly, when you get it for these sockets, this hole is exactly 3/4 of an inch by 3/8 of an inch. That's the right size. So what I did was I first, what I'm gonna do is drill holes in this, and I'm gonna drill 3/8 inch holes, 2 of them next to each other, and that will give me my 3/8, and 3/8 plus 3/8 is 3/4 of an inch. And so the trick is where to drill these 2 holes. Once you figure that out, then you can easily pop a couple of holes in here with this, and then you can just lay this on here with some magnets, and then you can crank these things out really quick. So these are 6/16 of an inch apart, and that's all you need to know. Get them in the center. I just laid a 4-foot level that's 1 inch on this, and I used a razor knife to cut it out. I mean, you know, this could be vinyl siding, a scrap of vinyl siding. It could be any heavy plastic membrane. I think it could even be like 10 mil thick plastic sheeting. And so that's how I did that. And now I'm going to show you how I use magnets to lay that down on there. It's a very quick system of doing it. So I just took that like that. I put a magnet there, magnet in the middle, just because I didn't want it to stand up. And then I just take my hammer, I put it there, and I just give it a tap, and I give it a tap. I come over here, I give it a tap, and I give it a tap, and then I just take just for extra precision, I don't start out with a 3/8 bit. I use this bit, and I drill a hole, and I drill another hole. That's only about a little less than 1/4 of an inch. And then I drill a bigger hole through that, and I drill through, and I drill through. And then what I did to...
what size drill was that last drill bit?
It's 3/8 of an inch. That's what you use, a 3/8 bit, because this rectangle, this socket here, is 3/8 of an inch. That's 3/4 of an inch that way, and it's 3/8 of an inch that way, and that is the HT 130 2/250 Leviton socket, which you can get through prolighting.com, and so you can create your own fixtures like this. This is what they call hat channel or fern channel, because it looks like a hat. That's where they get that name for it. This is a very soft steel, but it's very strong because of the way that's configured. It also has reflective properties, so that if you I put a tube in here, it will reflect downward. And what I do then is I went to Walmart, and I got, this was a really good deal on these files. These are extremely high quality files for only $8.88 for all 5 of these. And I just, you can't find files this high quality at that price anywhere, at any Lowe's or Home Depot. Maybe, I don't know, but I know that those are good files, and you want a square file that's going to round that out. Now, as I said, once you've drilled 2 holes, 3/8 side by side, there's going to be some points there in the middle, and what I use is a Dremel tool to cut those off, and that gives me my rough opening, and then I just use the file to go around there and square it out. And this is very soft. This cuts very rapidly. Like I said, I can make one of these in less than 5 minutes. I've made 50 of them this morning, And so that just shows how you do it. And then you just take your socket and you just press it in there, and it's got these tabs and it snaps and it holds it securely. And you do it that way, and then you do this side. And I'm just showing you, this is not how you would normally put the yellow on one side and the red on the other, but since I'm just showing you real quick how it works. And then these sockets are the type that you drop them in and then rotate them. And so you put your tube in, and you put your tube in, and then you rotate it like so. And you have a fixture there that, you know, cost you, I mean, I get these from, I think I get these from ProLighting.com in boxes of 40. I think they're like $2.99 a piece when you buy them like that. And then, so this is like a little reflector. And this, as I said, this is made, this hat channel, the purpose of it is to hang sheetrock on metal studs. They do it horizontally, and then they nail. It's made to be nailed through, so you can easily attach this to whatever surface. You just, you know, take the tube out and attach it, and you space these 4 3/4 inches apart so that you get that nice even light footprint. Did I mention about the ready-made units you buy? They're not the right spacing. Okay. You're getting something much cheaper. These will cost, the price on this, I'll show you. If you're typically a single tube fixture costs $40, and if you buy 42 of them, which is what you'd need to do the lights for a grow cart that would be 3 shelves of 4x6 trays, you would need 42. You would need 14 of these lights spaced 4 3/4 inches apart, or 5 inches apart, and that would cost $1,680. But if you buy these, the cost for the not the tube not included, but for these sockets and the ballasts, is only $13.08 per single tube fixture, and so that's a total cost of $549.36. So you're saving $1,130.64. Now, you know, your files are going to be $8.88, and but these files really hold up. Like I've done, like I say, I've done 50 of these today, which means I've had to file out 100 holes, and it's still sharp, it's still effective. And then this is $7.84, and this is so important for your precision, so you can get those holes right where you want them. And so that's the economics of it. And with that, you can afford to do a system. These are actually going to be better than anything that's going to reflect that light downward. T5s are pretty, if you don't have some sort of a reflector for a T5 high output fluorescent, you lose about 70% of your light, because they put the light in a 360 degree. This shines it down, and you can even, once this is out of here, once you take your tube out, you can you know, before you would do this, you can actually bend this. You can actually take a hammer and open that angle out to any angle you want. You could make it curved. I could take a steel pipe, a round steel pipe, and hit it in here and bend this out until it is a curve shape, and that's the ideal shape, is a curve. So, you know, that's doable. This is soft, malleable steel, but there's no limits to the quality of fixture you can make with this. And it really is the answer. I mean, because if you buy those units where they're only like 3 inches apart or 2 inches apart, you're using a lot more tubes, and you're not getting, for your electricity, you're not getting your money's worth. You're going to pay a much higher electric bill, and you're going to be like, you'll have too much light in one place, not enough light in another place. You may burn some of your plants in one place, another place they might not be getting enough light. This, you're able to get a totally even footprint on your plants, on the canopy of your plants. These need to be, normally they say for a T5, the ideal light footprint is to space these between 4 and 5 inches apart, depending on how low your plants are. But really, it does a really good job if you put it 4 3/4 or 5 inches apart. And that's going to solve that problem. As far as I know, that's the only way to do it. It's the cheapest way to do it. So I would just urge everybody to make their own fixtures like this. This piece of steel was $2. It's sold in 12-foot long sticks. You can cut it and get 3 of these 48-inch fixtures out of it. And so like one stick is like $6.24, and when you divide that by 3, it's like $3, or it's $2.08 per piece. And you compare that to buying one for $40. This is much cheaper. It has a reflector, and plus when you buy them, you have to throw the reflector away because it's a mirror type reflector that's as bright as a mirror, and it focuses too much light on your plants. This is a more gentle reflector. It's not like a mirror, but it's shiny enough that it shines that diffuse light on your plants. So I just highly recommend that you save yourself money and just make this yourself. Get these simple tools. The Dremel. This is what you squirt. You first drill it with a 3/8 bit, and then that curves it, and then you wind up with that point. Take the point off with this, and then you get your file in there, and just do that. And another cool thing about buying this set from Walmart is they have this flat file that is the exact same dimensions as your socket. This is 3/4 of an inch, so you can actually use this as a gauge if you don't want to put your socket in there every time. You get these out of here, you gotta squeeze these tabs a little bit like that. But you can see how snug that fits. That's just a factory fit. And this, see, when that fits down there about like that, that means your socket's about ready. So this is actually a handy gauge. Oh, wait a minute. That's not the one. That's the half round file. It's the flat one. This is the one I'm talking about. And so when that fits in there like that, and it drops in that far, then that's the right span for you to put your socket in. But I highly recommend actually using a socket, and it won't fit through at first, and then you just take your square file, you clean it up just a little bit. It's usually these corners. This cuts really fast, so don't take a hard pull at it, and then it'll drop in there, and you push it, it'll snap when those tabs engage, and you have a perfectly good, just as if it was made in a factory. That's how to do it. And it's just, it's just, that's really strong stuff. You can then hook up your pulleys on this. You can raise it and lower it. This is just a really good functional light to work with. It really is better than anything you can buy. So that's it. I'm going to wind it up. Thank you.